Hello, I'm Afro Joe. Welcome to the video. Today I will be showing you everything I've added to my version of Look Via Landlord in the last week. First, you can see it now displays how much rent is due and how many spins you have left to earn it. When I click spin, you'll see that I've added a couple more symbols with a few different effects. In the shop here, you'll see that I've added a skip button, so if you don't want any of these symbols, you can skip to take nothing. And also, you should no longer see any repeats when looking at these three symbols here. Every spin, you'll see that the counter counts down to when the money is due. So that happens when you go to the shop phase. Okay, so now when I click spin, it's going to count the money, and when it goes to 0, you'll see that instead of going straight to the shop, it takes us to this screen where we have to pay 25 gold. And when you click this, it will take it away from your total. If at this point you don't have 25, it will then say game over and have a restart button at the bottom. When I pay, I can then choose another symbol, and now it says 50 due in 5 spins. And this value keeps increasing just like in the original game. So this time, because I've clicked skip on every shop, I don't have enough gold, so when I click spin, I'm not going to have enough to pay the 25 rent, so it says game over and there's a button to restart the game. Next, I'll go through how I implemented each of these, starting with the counter in the top left. This counter in the top left has 3 different text objects. One which is the middle text, which is not going to change, and then a number for the number of spins left, and an amount for the amount of money that is due. And both of these will be edited by different scripts. So first I'll show you how it knows what number of rounds are left. So a variable to keep track of the rounds left until the next rent payment has been added to the slot machine script, which contains the main logic for the game. So the rounds left has initially been set to 5 at the start of the game. Then after the shop is activated, this pay rent check function is called, and this function decrements the rounds left. If it's equal to 0, then activates a panel to force you to pay rent and sets it back to 5. Then after that, whether it has just decremented it or set it to 5, you will then update the text to be equal to rounds left. The mechanics of paying rent and deciding how much you have to pay is contained in this pay rent activator script. So you'll see here there are a lot of serialized fields. These are related to the various buttons and text that are displayed, such as the button to pay, restart button, the win and lose text, and so on. It also contains this prices array, which if I go over to Unity, you can see here on the right it contains the various values that you need to be reached in order to pass every 5 rounds. So back to the script, you'll see that on start, it sets the price to the index 0 and updates that red text to that price. Next, when the rounds left countdown hits 0, this activate pay rent function is called, which activates the panel to display the button saying you have to pay rent, updates the text with the price that needs to be paid, and then if you can't pay that money, it will deactivate that button and display the game over. When you click the pay rent button, it will call this function, which will subtract the price from your total money, increase the price index, and here it will then check to see if you've won the game based on the price index. If you have not won, then the game continues and it updates the red text to the next price. The next thing I did was prevent it from being able to repeat the symbols that you see in the shop. To do this, I had to edit the script attached to each of these buttons. So here is the symbol choice script attached to those buttons, and this generate symbol function is what generates the random number to choose which symbol to pick from. So I've added this while loop which checks to see if the random number generated is unique, and if it's not, it will generate another random number and check again. So it basically checks it against this duplication protection array, which is an array in the slot machine script. And this duplicate protection array simply stores the last 3 values that were randomly generated by any of the 3 buttons, so that all 3 of them can reference this same array. So if the random number generated is the same as any of the values in that array, it breaks out of this for loop, meaning the unique is not set to true, and it will continue again with the while loop. Whenever the value is unique, it then sets unique to true, breaks out of the while loop, and continues to do what it did before. It also needs to add the value that it decided on to that duplicate protection array, and then increment the index of whatever the next symbol is going to replace. With the additions I've added this week, including the ability to win and lose, it now feels like the start of a proper game. So I'll be uploading this version to my itch.io account, link in the description, so you can have a go if you like. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.